Alright, guys, so let's take a full practice test. Read and select, okay. Okay, no. Roads, I don't think so. No. Waters? I don't know. Civilization made metal coins from bronze. Mixed language skills.
Where did you splash them?
Where did you squash them, I guess?
Where did you splash them?
Splash them? What?
Where did you splash them?
Splash them, alright. Since then, reindeer have also been used for transport, for example, for pulling sleds. That was
Our view on artificial intelligence never changed.
Intelligence never changed.
Our view on artificial intelligence never changed.
Never changed. They also excelled in philosophy, science, theology, and medicine.
Residents often complain about the condition of many streets in our city.
And about the condition of many streets in our city, I guess it is.
Residents often complain about the condition of many streets in our city.
Okay, next. Ibrahim Howard was a 19th century American publisher. He began work in the industry when he was partnership with his colleagues and established best known publishing firm of the mid-18s. When he retired from publishing, he got involved with industry manufacturing. He was he was there. What could be the possible word? Okay, he was I guess still a boy. He was still a boy. He he what? I guess forbid. I don't know.
When he stood up, he realized that his leg had fallen asleep. When he stood up, he realized that his leg had fallen asleep. When he stood up, he realized that his leg had fallen asleep.
Had fallen asleep. Okay. Next, please. The controller then tells the input to turn off the power as the water is already boiling.
Wine is made by the fermentation of the sugar in grapes.
Wine is made from the what? W- Wine
Wine
is
is made by the fermentation of the sugar in grapes.
by the fermentation of sugar and grapes.
Wine is made by the fermentation of the sugar in grapes.
By Okay, in jury selection, lawyers are now beginning to favor individuals who are uninformed about the topic of the case. The lowest the no is individuals who come in with expectation what with expectation no experience no who individuals who come in with ex ex what expertise with in a topic will also have a strong opinions. This proof knowledge supporting if affects their ability to be um okay no this is wrong proof is not correct this okay ability to affects their ability to
They received praise for their good behavior. They received praise for their good behavior.
next please. Programming languages started to appear in the 1950s, and this was also another major step in abstraction.
You can always keep yourself informed about the current pollen situation.
Okay, you can always keep yourself informed about a what?
You can always keep yourself informed about the current pollen situation.
about the current about the current pollen situation.
You can always keep yourself informed about the current pollen situation.
Next. This attitude allows one to face the hardships with as little harm as possible.
Early trains used horsepower and ran on wooden or iron tracks.
Okay, early trains used horsepower ran on what? And ran on what? Early trains used
Early trains used horsepower and ran on wooden or iron tracks.
wooden or iron tracks.
Early trains used horsepower and ran on wooden or iron tracks.
I guess next. When Rima hosts people at her home, she bends over backwards to ensure that they're taken care of. In her view, the common comfort and relaxation of her guests one of the most one of the most important. She emphasizes their desires, emphasizes their and would noticeably have to provide them with anything. Okay. The development of zero as a number is one of the most important developments in early mathematics.
Now, the telephone and email are the most common means of distance communication.
Telephone and email are the most common distance communications, I guess. Let's say once more.
Now, the telephone and email are the most common means of distance communication.
That is one of the most common distance.
Now, the telephone and email are the most common means of distance communication.
Okay, means of the most common means of distance communication, not shins. Next. Okay, interactive reading. Jiho has always loved music or enjoyed music, but never knew how much until he found his new music band, favorite band. He saw them in concert and was blown away. Jiho has always enjoyed music, loved music, but never always enjoyed music, but never felt how much until he found. Never knew how much. No, knew is not. But always, but never felt how much until he found a new favorite band. He's always loved Jiho has always loved music, but never knew how much until he found, knew how much fun until he found his favorite band. Think enjoy it or love, I don't know. Okay. Select the best sentence to fill in the blank in the passage. In the past, he had listened to a lot of different kinds of music, but this was the first time he hadn't ever heard anything like this band. Okay. However, he was surprised to find the musical taste changed since the band was all in high school. He couldn't believe they had been playing together so long before. In the past, he had listened to a lot of. I think this is right. Okay, what did Jihu do after he saw his new favorite band in concert? Can't pull away, he couldn't believe, okay? He went straight to his computer and bought every one of their CDs in poster he could find. Alright, next. How does Jihu keep up with the new videos from his favorite band? He also watches their videos and follows them on every social media platform every Monday night. He looks forward to a new video. Thing watches them and follows. Alright. How does Gio keep up with the new videos from his favorite band? He also watches their. He looks forward to their new videos. Select the idea that is crossed in the passage. Gio find new favorite band going to concert, of course. You want to sing? Okay. Select the best title for Gio's new favorite band. Next. Okay, it was good. Interactive listening. You'll participate in conversation about the scenario below. You are an urban studies student who is nearing the end of their undergraduate studies. Urban studies student, okay? You're trying to decide if you should apply for a job or you should apply for a doctoral program. You ask your professor for their opinion. Okay. Urban studies student. Okay. Hi professor, I'm here about my final paper. I have some great news to share. I like share my experience. However, what do you want to talk about? Hope you're doing well. Hi professor, I'm here to about. This is Professor. I hope you're doing well. Okay.
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks. What can I do for you?
Okay. Okay. So this is it. Next.
That's a tough decision. Have you been looking at jobs in the field that you're interested in?
Okay.
That's true. A doctoral program would give you the opportunity to gain more knowledge and research experience in your field so that you can eventually get a job that you want.
Okay. But I feel like it would take so long, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to stay for 7 more years.
It definitely takes a lot of time and commitment, but it can be very rewarding. If you're not sure if an advanced degree is for you, why don't you try working in your field for a few years and then decide whether or not to pursue a doctorate later on?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Uh, I'm in the last semester of my undergraduate program and and was confused whether whether I should go for job or doctoral degree. My professor told me to get a job for some time and then decide whether I was bad, man. I was cut off at the middle. Writing. Let's go. Kitchen where no one is around. It looks like a small kitchen. Kitchen with the small boards. Uh, it is very neat and clean. Okay. Prepare to write about the topic below. Describe the last time you did something that challenged you. What did you do? What did you learn from the experience? I did something that challenged me. Okay. I and that was deep. That was going to help my parents and making them proud. So I used to wake up 6 in the morning and study till till 11. I got into software engineering at the end. Okay. Describe what you achieved from this challenge and how you felt afterward. Okay. After the 20 days period, I attended exam and got into software engineering faculty, uh, and one of my honor universities. After the results, I was on cloud 9, and realized one thing, that nothing was possible if you truly want to achieve it. Many when I was when I embraced the challenge, I told some of my classmates to join me. So also as a result, he told me that things happening were hard work will go. Okay, that's a that's just good speaking.
Talk about a person who has had a big effect on the world.
All right. There have been there have been numerous influential people in the world who have had huge impact and influence on the mankind, on the world. But I think the person who had and still has the most or the huge influence on the mankind, on the human beings, is none other than the holy prophet of Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And I have some sort of reasons for that. For instance, let me tell you, when he came as the messenger of Allah, and his work and his job was to preach people, and to preach people from darkness to the right path. And he has strived so much in this way. He has literally uh, he has been shot. He has been shot with stones, but he never ever gave up. And I think now more than 1.8 billion people in the world are Muslims, and that's because of the preach, and that because of the struggles of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And that is why Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world right now. Well, this picture depicts two railway workers working on the railway track, and there we can see a train as well in the picture. And as if we look deeper in the picture, we can see the legs of a worker uh, who is under the train. So from the picture, what I could depict is that there might be some technical problems in the train happened uh, in the midway of its journey. And the there and we can see that there is a sort of rope which has been which has been connected to the train, and it might be pulling the train away from it. So it can be either the problem for the track or the train, but the result is that on a cloudy day in the middle of mountains, the train has been stuck on the railway. And from the surroundings we can see that it's in the green place, surrounded by trees. And the railway workers are working really hard to fix the problem. And we can see the driver in the picture, so we really can depict if there are passengers in this train or not. But we do depict the problem of the train or the railway track. Describe a rule that you have to follow at work or at school. What's the purpose of this rule? Who needs to follow it? Do you think that this rule is necessary? Why overnight? Okay, so talking about a rule that everyone should follow at work or at school. So I think the rule is coming on time or at 8 a.m. sharp in the morning. And that's a rule which is followed by every single organizations, or whether it's educational organizations or working spaces. This rule has been followed by almost everyone in Afghanistan. And I think this is the purpose of this rule is to make uh, the employees and students punctual and accustom them with punctuality. And I think this rule has a really good impact on the students, teachers, and employees, because if there was no specific rule for coming at 8 a.m. or at specific time in the morning, then everyone would just be so neglectful for coming to school. Because uh, for example, if someone is waking up from the sleep at 8 a.m., then he would just come at 8 a.m. and he wouldn't sacrifice his 2 hours of sleep for the rule. So I think this is a rule which and this is a rule which is being followed by everyone, like literally from the principal to the students, from the CEO to a basic employer. And that is something which is really really good. And I think it's necessary because it just grows the organization. It was hard, man. It was hard. Okay, writing and speaking sample, thank God. So we are in the end game now. Some companies have a reputation for not being environmentally friendly, while others focus on being sustainable. Do you think all companies should behave sustainably and operate in an environmental friendly manner? Okay, okay. Should some companies have a reputation for not being environmental friendly, while others focus on being sustainable? Do you think all companies should behave sustainably and operate in an environmental friendly manner? Reason for answer. Oh, like I would say that I don't have any sort of idea about this question, but I'm just trying to write something because it's not important to write something right. Yeah, I just need to write you something in English, and that's the goal. They're not testing your knowledge; they're testing your English knowledge. Okay, like your English. Okay, all companies should behave sustainable and operate in an friendly manner. Uh, for for instance, if a company is working in a vicinity in an area and are causing and it's called in causes some kind of pollution, like by throwing garbage on the street or just using generator which produce air pollution, then they they should be given a strict warning by the government. Beside, besides, besides being sustainable, is sustainable. It's essential to be in the favor environment as well. Being environmentally friendly is just like walking in the park. You can be like this by planting trees in front of your office, or just uh, giving, okay, training your employees to take care environment. I don't know what I have written, but if you don't have some sort of information in your head about a topic, just write something, or if it's a speaking sample, just speak something. This is what matters, okay? Next. Choose a plant or animal that you think is interesting. Describe some of the threats or challenges it faces and explain how it overcomes those threats or challenges. Oh, that's a hard one. Okay, so talking about an animal which is kind of interesting for me, of course, then I would talk about uh, puppies. Yes. And I'm not talking about the puppies which are kept as like as pets by some sort of families. I'm talking about the puppies which are born from their which are given birth from their mothers but are left in the middle of the streets, and you can find those kind of puppies a lot while roaming around Afghanistan. So an interesting part about them is that when they're born, they are literally fighting for their life. They're literally, in a kind of situation where it seems almost impossible for them to survive that sort of that sort of what do we say condition. But at the time passes, or we can say by the time the passage of time, they grow and they just become some sort of a horrifying big dogs. And that is the interesting part. So let me talk about it briefly. So almost a bitch almost give birth to almost around, I would say, 5 to 10 puppies. And let me share let me share a personal experience with you guys, which I came across when I was in the village. And there was a place where all the villagers just gossip about that, like in that place puppies are born, and they're really good, and let's just go and kidnap them and some sort of those things. So we went to that place, and we saw that the puppies were left in the middle of a ruined abandoned house, and their mother wasn't around. We searched for that, but the mother wasn't around, and the mother was never found. And when we look at the puppies, they were just little, like like this kind of size they had. And I looked at them, and that was like horrified, and they were just really. They were so tiny that they couldn't even just open their eyes. But I had I had the we can say I had the plan to uh, grab some of them and keep them as pets, but then we didn't have any sort of house there, and I went there for just go roaming around, or just sightseeing. So I saw those puppies after a few months, and I when I look at them, like they were just big dogs. What did I say, man? What did I say? I didn't have a like all the topics I was given today. All of them was something that I was never familiar with. 125, 135. All right, good scores they are. Thank you guys for watching.